Cypher content, boy. Y'all niggas gotta understand subliminals. Hey, here I go. Y'all can't stop there. Y'all little nigga ain't matching when I pop in. I was hot then like a hot now. Got a hot wife, got 4, maybe 5. Higher, he more than me. I'm steady shining. It's now you're rewarding me. I'm on my grind. I got about 40 angels on my side. The elders, they taught me how to scholarship, how to speak the truth and raise them up with these words. The way I talk, my whole persona. I'm on a telekinesis type orbit. I got my dog Max. The Holy Spirit. Cause you forfeited. You just sold your whole birthright. Face it. There is no more saving grace. Face it. I'm a singer out of space in my spaceship. Let me Jamaica. You can't hate there, only judgment happens. It's gonna take more than a made up rap. How can you be sure you're gonna make it in the after? The after? Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. The afterlife. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And that's how you will be saved, by joining yourselves together with the house of Jacob and the seed of Israel. The true Israelites, that is, not those that call themselves Jewish. They are not the Jews. The Jews are only one tribe of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. And those people that are over there that calling themselves Jewish, they are the synagogue of Satan, the chief house of Esau, where Satan's seat is, where he dwells. We, us, you, me, are the true people of the Most High God, Ahaya, and His holy begotten Son, Yeshua, the Hamashiach. And the Most High only has one name, which is Ahaya, the I am that I am. Ahaya, Ashur, Ahaya, Ahaya, Ashur, Ahaya. I am that I am. That's the name that was given to Moses, and so that's the name that we subscribe to. Not no Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Rapha, Jehovah Nisi, Jehovah Shalom, Jehovah Ra, Jehovah Shammah, Jehovah Tanishi, Yahweh, Yahuwah, Yah, none of that. Yahweh. He only has one name, which is Ahaya, the I am that I am. Tell the truth, kid. And speak it loud. I'ma go out and win the crowd. I'ma take it how it's really been took and speak the facts. You can't change the book. That's right. Talk to him.
Verse 7. For the potter tempering soft earth fashioneth every vessel with much labor for our service. Yea, of the same clay he maketh both the vessels that serve for clean uses, and likewise also all such as serve to the contrary. But what is the use of either sort? The potter himself is the judge. In employing his labors lewdly, he maketh a vain god of the same clay, even which he have little, even he which a little before was made of earth himself, and with a little while after returneth to the same, out of which he was taken, when his life which was lent to him shall be demanded. Notwithstanding his care is, not that he shall have much labor, nor that his life is short, but striveth to excel goldsmiths and silversmiths, and endeavoreth to do like the works in brass, or like the workers in brass, and counterfeit his glory to make counterfeit things. His heart is ashes, his hope is more vile than earth, and his life of less value than clay. For as much as he knew not his maker, in him that inspired into him an active soul, and breathing or breathed in a living spirit. But they counted our life a pastime, and our time here a market for gain.
So let's check this out. But they counted our life in our neighborhoods, folks, as a pastime, and our time here a market for gain. The only thing we are to them is our money. They just see us as a financial benefit to benefit themselves. A market for gain. For what?
Or say they, we must be getting every way. though it be by evil means.
And they say we must be getting every way. Our families are coming up. I'm sending my children to school. I'm making all this money in the black neighborhoods. Even though we must be getting every way, though it be by evil means. They know what they're doing is harming us. You don't take money out of a community, make profit, and not replace what you're taking from that community. That's war. That's warfare. Leading our people to financial deprivation is why these people were ordered to come here. 13.
For this man that of earthly matter maketh brittle vessels and graven images, knoweth himself to offend above all others. And all the enemies of thy people that hold them in subjection are most foolish.
Are what?
And are most foolish.
These are enemies of God, folks. All the enemies of thy people that hold these idols in subjection are most foolish. So who's more foolish, them or the people who support them? Read.
And all the enemies of thy people that hold them in subjection are most foolish and are more miserable than very babes.
Read.
For they counted all the idols of the heathen to be gods, which neither have the use of eyes to see, nor noses to draw breath, nor ears to hear, nor fingers of hands to handle. And as for their feet, they are slow to go. For man made them, and he that borrowed his own spirit fashioned them. But no man can make a God like unto himself.
Look at that. To show you the foolishness. The Most High made man in all his perfection. We can make all of this stuff, but guess what a man cannot make? You can't even make a double like unto yourself. And that's including if you had the technology to clone. It still would be you. So if any God to be worshipped, it would be the God who made man at the end of the day. All right, read the 17th verse for me.
Yes, sir, verse 17. For being mortal, he worketh a dead thing with wicked hands, for he himself is better than the things which he worshipeth. Whereas he lived once, but they never. Yea, they worship those beasts also that are most hateful. For being compared together, some are worse than others.
Some are worse than others, read.
Neither are they beautiful, so much as to be desired in respect of beasts. But they went without the praise of God and his blessing.
And they went without the praise of God and his blessing.
And with that being said, what do we come to find out to know about Mr. Dr. so-called John Bally, which is the premises of this whole story and song, by the way? Well, it's simple. He will tell you himself. Just listen.
I'm a scientist. I do astrophysics. I study the laws of nature, how gravity creates stars and planets from interstellar gas and dust. I study the evolution of the universe, but that's not what I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk about how curiosity and science has driven a series of technological revolutions that has profoundly altered the way we live on this planet. Let me use a few examples from astronomy and physics. Our ancestors were familiar with the sky. They knew the changes of the stars with the seasons. The 5 planets you can see with the naked eye, how they moved, how the moon and sun changed their positions in the sky. When the sun moved north, if you were living in the northern hemisphere, it was time to plant. When the sun moved south in annual motion, it was time to harvest. This was practical because native farming, in fact, was essential for survival. But the nature of the objects in the sky remained unknown until relatively recently. Bit of our solar system. And the Earth revolved around that sun just like the other planets. A wealthy nobleman from Denmark, Tycho Brahe, built an observatory because he thought that Copernicus's ideas were heretical. He wanted to disprove them. He built an observatory to make precision measurements, as precise as could be in those days, with the naked eye, of the motions of the planets, the moon, and the sun. A young protege, Johannes Kepler, took this data, derived the laws of planetary motion, laws we still use today. These laws allowed you to predict the future positions of the planets with enough precision to predict eclipses. A few years later, Galileo Galilei used a brand new invention, the telescope, to first look at the objects in the sky. In 1610, he discovered craters on the moon, phases of the planet Venus facing the sun, dark spots on the sun, and most remarkably, 4 moons orbiting the planet Jupiter, like a miniature solar system, showing to him that Copernicus was probably right in his model. This made Galileo curious about the laws of motion here on Earth. He devised a series of experiments and discovered the laws of mechanics. A few decades later, Isaac Newton found the mathematics underlying the laws of mechanics. This started a scientific revolution that continues through today. Newton's work was published in the Principia Mathematica. This became one of the most influential books in the late 17th century. Newton's physics, Newton's view of the world revolutionized how we viewed our universe. Forces acted on objects to produce motion. Machines replaced the power of muscle. First, windmills, then water wheels, then levers and gears. Eventually, we harnessed the heat of gases, of hot gases. We invented the steam engine. The Industrial Revolution was a result, 1 to 2 centuries later. Let me move forward to the beginning of the 19th century. Since antiquity, we knew about some processes like static electricity, lightning, certain minerals having magnetic properties. But these phenomena were not explored in any detail until the beginning of the 19th century. Michael Faraday performed a series of experiments. He found that moving static electric charges produced electric currents. Electric currents produced magnetic fields. And if you moved a magnetic material, changing magnetic fields produced electric currents. A few decades later, the mathematician James Clerk Maxwell unified the laws of electricity and magnetism and derived 4 equations in 1864.